Welcome to the Divine Living Talk Show. I'm your host, Gina DeVee, and this is your weekly segment on doing business like a queen. You are 10 minutes away from creating the ultimate success you deserve. So grab a note-taking device and let's get started. Welcome to the Divine Living Talk Show. I'm your host, Gina DeVee, and today we are mapping out your goals with a money plan to create quick action. That's right, I'm talking about bending time and space and not getting caught up in the you have to work overly hard for money, or it's going to take so long for you to build your business or create the influx of cash that you need to grow your business, to invest in yourself or hire team members or just enjoy your life. So here's the thing that I think that women entrepreneurs really need to get, that though there are no get rich quick schemes, that doesn't exist, and big time success doesn't happen overnight, it also doesn't mean that it needs to take forever for you to make a wad of cash. So finding some kind of happy medium in between is what is critical for you to get. That's part of the freedom of being an entrepreneur. So I'm going to illustrate by sharing a personal story, and then I know that as a result, you are going to be able to apply this in your own life and get some quick results in now. Because, you're working so hard, and if you don't get some immediate successes, it's not going to fuel you to continue to want to do it. And I don't want to see you give up on your dream. So let me share with you this story that was a very joyful memory for me, and it's kind of a habit that I have continued on since it began. So at the beginning of my career, sort of at the beginning, I had a program, and I taught this program. It was a live class, and then I came out with the info product version of it. So it was the live class, I think, was $5,000, and the info product version was down to $2,000. And I had a dream to visit the Amalfi Coast and just to go on vacation and just have this beautiful time. I'd been working so hard getting my business off the ground, and I was new in my relationship with who is now my husband. And I wanted to enjoy life. And as much as I love women's empowerment and entrepreneurship and business building, I also love lifestyle and I love living. And I would watch women, and it would be like, I'm leaping out of bed in the morning to build my funnel. And I was like, sister, that doesn't have me leaping out of bed in the morning at all. What has me leaping out of bed in the morning, it would be knowing that I was going to Italy. I was like, you can't say that, Gina. That's career suicide. You need to be all about serving others and empowering women and personal development and all that kind of thing. I was about that, but there was this whole other area that I was about as well. Well, what you resist persists, and that dream of going to the Amalfi Coast did not go away. So I finally gave into it. I finally said, you know what? Booking plane tickets, booking the hotel, clearing the dates. Glenn, we're going to Italy. And then it came about a week before the trip. And I looked, okay, I had everything mapped out. We had the money for everything I just mentioned, the hotel, the flights, the food, everything. And then I realized that as beautiful as this was, and as grateful as I was that I was able to manifest the money to create this experience, I still left out one really important part of me. And I was devastated. I didn't include any shopping money. And as I realized that this isn't like devastation, like I lost a limb or something. But for me, and as a woman, I was so used to coming up with the money for just all of the bills, like all of the stuff that had to be done. And I never left any money left over for me or for shopping in that way. And I mean, I was devastated. I was going to go to Italy and not have any money for shopping, and this was not my idea of a good time. I wasn't feeling like a queen, and I was kind of having a little bit of a shit fit. And Glenn said to me, he's like, okay. He said, well, how much money do you need to have for this shopping experience? As one does out of nowhere, I said $20,000. says the woman who used to make $24,000 a year. And he's like, such a great king. He's like, why 20? Not like hell no, or what I'm thinking. He said, why 20? And I said, because I heard that there's a Valentino boutique on the Isle of Capri, and I want to go in there and I want to not look at the price tags and not have to shop on the sale rack, and I want to be able to buy whatever I want. So he says, well, then make the $20,000. And that's all I needed to hear. I didn't know how to make it then, but I had a purpose, and this purpose was important to me. And I fortunately had a man that totally supported me and my dreams and desires and didn't make it wrong. It wasn't like, you can spend $2,000 on money, you make 20 grand, you're not spending that. Like, it wasn't any of that. And so I went into asking the better questions, and I had a clear purpose. My Valentino experience, I had a clear deadline. I was leaving in a week. Like, how can I make $20,000 a week? How can I make $20,000 a week? Well, when you ask a better question that has a purpose, you get a better answer. And so this program that I had just come out with, it was, I think it's called How to Create Your Online Empire. It was this $2,000 info product, but it didn't come with any live attention or help. And I decided I was going to create, I think it was called the Queen's Golden Coaching Circle. And I was going to, for a year, do monthly group coaching calls for the people that were who had purchased the How to Create Your Online Empire. And normally I would have charged probably like $500 a month to be part of this group coaching circle for the year. And I said to the first 10 people who pay in full, because I couldn't afford for them to do the payment plan, who pay in full by Friday, you will get the entire year of the Queen's Golden Coaching Circle $5,000 value for free. Sure enough, did I get 8, did I get 9, or did I get 11 people by Friday? No, I got 10. So I got my 10 people at my 2K, and I got my $20,000, and I took my little ferry over to the Isle of Capri, and I went and I shopped, and I didn't look at the price tags, and I had a joyous time. Now, you might spend $20,000 on something different. You might need it or want it for something different than me, and that is totally appropriate. However, the point is, be resourceful. Figure it out. Have a purpose for your desires and go for it. And surround yourself with people who believe in you and your dreams, who are not necessarily doing it for you, but who are saying, sure, that's what you want, then go for it and go create it, because it's totally available and totally possible. So here is the step-by-step process that you need to follow. Number 1, don't make your desires wrong. Number 2, get clear on the desires, whatever they are. You want a manicure, you want to pay your taxes, you want to pay off your credit cards, you want to put your kids in private school, like what's your thing? Get clear on your desires, get clear on how much they are from a financial perspective, so you're going to be smart about this financially. And then don't be attached to the hows at the beginning. Ask, how can I make this specific amount of money by this time frame? Get your plan, which is step 4. My plan was very simple. 10 people at $2,000 by Friday was a $20,000 payday. So get a very simple and clear plan. Take action on your plan is step 5. And the last step, step 6, is gratefully receive. I've seen so many women go through those first 5 steps, and then something at the end, they'll back themselves. Oh no, I couldn't, or they'll kill the sale, or they'll upper limit in some way. Gratefully receive. Be open to your destiny. Be open to you deserving. Be open to living a fabulous life, and don't judge your desires, because I'll tell you what happened. All I knew at that time, my highest level of consciousness, was that what was going to have me leap out of bed in the morning was to go to Italy, and then I wanted to shop. My brand was ever so evolving at the time. I had just started talking about being a queen, but I wasn't making any big amounts of money at the time, and my brand aesthetic reflected that. When I went to Italy, I started sharing in my newsletter. Here I am at the Amalfi Coast. Here I am at Valentine. I started sharing. And women came out of the woodwork being so excited that I want to go to Italy too. And other women were like, I don't want to go to Italy, but I want to go to Costa Rica. And I remember this one woman in the UK wrote me, she's like, I don't want to travel, but I want new curtains for my kitchen. I mean, like, women know what their desires are, and they are all valid. But what I will tell you this, the Queen brand didn't come alive until they saw me being queen. I mean, look, there's a lot of great archetypes out there. There's priestesses, there's monks, there's a lot of them. I'm just not either. I'm all about the queen. The queen has her royal robes. The queen lives a luxurious lifestyle. And she's a benevolent queen that models by example and creates great impact in the world. So I no longer make my material desires wrong. And I've learned that when I share the real me and what's important to me, the right people are attracted and they're like, yes, thank you for modeling this. This is what I want in my life too. So you don't always know what's around the corner or why you want what you want. But if you follow your desires and my 6-step process, I can assure you, getting to your desires doesn't have to take forever and it doesn't have to be super hard. Just get resourceful, connect with spirit, and see yourself with your goals manifested with this very clear action plan and a lot of great memories that you'll be so proud you created. So I want to see what your action plan is. Leave it in the comments here. And I also ask that you share this video with people who need to hear this. Women need to be in the conversation of knowing that we can manifest our goals and our desires, whatever they are, by becoming more resourceful and doing it more quickly.